Hi everyone, I'm Bethia. We're here today to explore a day in the life of a security-conscious creative team. Many of our clients here at LeftBrain are creative teams, studios, design agencies. They need flexibility, remote working, freelance support, cloud tools, but flexibility shouldn't come at the cost of security. I'm going to be talking today with one of our strategists, Ben Carrick, who's going to walk us through what a typical day looks like for a creative team that's been set up to work freely without getting caught out. So Ben, before we get started, would you like to introduce yourself and your role?
Of course. I'm Ben Carrick, and I'm a strategist here at LeftBrain. My role is to support our clients day to day. So I make sure that the systems, the tools, and the ways of working we put in place actually serve their business. I'm part of the team that connects the dots between what a client needs to do and how we make that happen securely and smoothly.
Brilliant. Before we go on, we can't really ignore your exotic backgrounds. Can you explain where you're working from today? I'm guessing it's not the office in London.
It's not the office in London today. No, I'm working from a small island off the coast of Croatia. And it's pretty lovely, I have to say.
Wonderful. And I guess that's the reality for a lot of our creative teams that we work for our clients. What would you say like a secure day looks like for a modern creative team?
Um, it probably still starts with a flat white and a delicious pastry and croissant or something like this. They might cycle into their studio. Maybe they're working from their kitchen table today, right? Or from the coast of Croatia. The first thing they're going to do, though, is open up their Mac and log into Okta, which signs them into all the apps they've got, so Slack, Dropbox, Adobe, whatever the tools that they use are. And Duo might prompt them to approve the login during that. Their laptop's going to be up to date. Security patches are in. Disk encryption is already sorted. All of that is managed in the background via MDM. So what that means is they're straight into work. There's no tech faff. There's no password resets. They're off and flying.
Sounds good. But then, the mid-morning chaos hits. What happens then?
Right, absolutely. They might be pitching for a big new client that week, and suddenly the client throws, a security questionnaire their way. 100 questions, something like that, right? So here's where it usually falls apart for teams without structure. But for this team, they're already Cyber Essentials certified, right? So their security documentation is in order. Maybe they need to check a couple of things with us, but overall, it's a smooth process, right? The form doesn't derail their day. It just gets done.
Sounds good. So for this creative team, what do you think they'll have for lunch?
Oh, for lunch, sushi, ramen, something definitely trendy. Let's just assume they're fueling their creative fire.
And the afternoon, what does that look like for them?
So in the afternoon, they've probably got a few freelancers on a tight deadline. And those freelancers are going to be using their own devices, but they're going to be still logging in through Okta and Duo. So they'll have these security posture checks enabled still. What that means is that even personal devices meet that baseline, right? So disk encryption, check. Strong passwords, check. System updates, absolutely. So what this means is you can scale your creative output with zero compromise. You have that kind of extensibility and security throughout.
Sounds like a good day. How does it end?
Well, ideally, I think after all that hard work, probably with a local craft beer, I imagine, and something like an AI-themed art gallery opening, something very on brand. But the point here is nothing broke. No security scares, no down tools moments, just a team just doing great work safely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much. It's really good to hear how security doesn't have to feel corporate or complicated for creative teams, and we can help them just set up from day one to focus on being creative, designing, editing, delivering good work. So yeah, hope you enjoy the rest of your day, Ben, and that it ends with a craft beer, or I don't know, what else would you be drinking this evening? I don't know, a cocktail.
Absolutely. A cocktail sounds about right.